Alrighty. 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 I'm a bit tired today. Big gym day. And I took a little nappy after the gym. Had a big meal after the gym. Feeling kind of yucky, but that's all right. We'll just paint a little something and end. We'll just paint a little something and end. I don't really know what we're painting, but I'll decide when I look in my cabinet. My nap was only an hour long. Only an hour. That's all you do. Any more than that, and it's bad. Any more than that, and it's bad. My hair is a mess. I really need to get it cut. If I can get in tomorrow, that's epic. Wooden deer, hello. I would love to get my hair cut tomorrow. But they've been struggling to squeeze me in, so might have a bird's nest for Anime Impulse. Oh well. I had one for Anime Expo as well, so it's on brand. Okay, well. I had a 30-minute nap yesterday. I don't know about short naps being okay, but wasn't that epic? 30-minute nap? That might be a bit short. Christ. I opened up my email because I neurotically clear my notifications, and it just flashbanged me. Look at the difference there. Jesus. I'm gonna be a 10-hour nap for real? Go to bed. Christ. Yeah. Not a lot going on. Really, there's not. I have 0 unread. 0. I check it neurotically. 0. You know what? I have that extension that makes websites dark. Does it? It's not working though. Oh. Oh, off. On. We fixed it. That's so much better. Holy crap. Okay. Well. I guess we're swapping over. Right to it? I mean, I don't really have anything to say. I mean, the game Concord came out. It's trash. It didn't even break 1,000 concurrent players on Steam the day it launched. Space Marine 2 is out soon. The more coverage that comes out, the better it looks. There's an Witcher 4 is in production. Cyberpunk 2 is going into early production. Call of Duty footage. It's Call of Duty. Star Wars Outlaws. People say it's kind of underwhelming, but the vibes are good, which means it might not be worth playing. I've been playing a lot of RuneScape. And WoW. I've been painting. I don't really have much else to say. I mean, that's my whole life. My mom and stepdad are building a ramp on their patio for Crosby and Nikki because Crosby's old. Well, not really. He's older, and Nikki's gonna be pregnant, so they're not gonna make them use the stairs anymore. Didn't WoW get a new expansion? Sure did. It's good. Okay. I mean, that's really it. That's my life. That's what's going on. Those games that have been coming out recently are F. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Wow, that looks epic. Why did I do that? That looks awesome. Epic. Your podcast of choice today? Let's go. I can barely see. Barely. H protagonist? True. I mean, honestly, my life is like that. Just like really, it really is, if you can believe it. So, it fits. Polygon article. I went to a Hololive concert, and now I'm convinced VTubers can do anything. Interesting. This might be the first time, like, in a publication that I sometimes follow that I've seen VTubers brought up. Interesting. I know Polygon gets clowned on, but yeah. Interesting. Okay, well, we'll swap over. Almost closed the tab. What the fuck? A guy can't even... Oh, that's the wrong screen. A guy can't even have his hair like this, you know? Shit. God damn. Give me a second. I gotta swap over. Okay. Okay. Hold on. I have to get the guy I painted yesterday out of the cabinet so you guys can see him. And here's chat. Chat has to go over here. And, we'll zoom in just a touch. I feel like the camera's in a weird spot, but we will decide if that is true when I try to put something in its lens. It's not terrible, actually. Not terrible. Oh, but I didn't turn my chat on. It would kind of be useful if I could see what you guys were saying. Hold on. Hold on. No, I don't care about the Twitch update. I'll rip your spine out. Stamp is here. She says hi. That's awesome. Okay, somebody say something else. Okay, somebody say something else, though. Okay, we got an emote. The game. Nice. Okay. It's working. Here's what I painted yesterday. It's one of the honored of the chapter. He has the robot arm, and he has like a cool pose. I think his tabard turned out nice. I like his little belt buckle. His eyes are good. The decal turned out good. He's not messy. He looks pretty clean. Yeah, that's what I painted. That's what I painted yesterday. I think he looks pretty good. We got our tufts. You could see in the little areas in there that I don't really paint because I don't reach them, but it doesn't matter because you never see him from that angle. Yeah, he looks pretty good. It's definitely starting to improve on doing eyes. I think so too. It's still really hard though. It is still really hard. But I'm gonna put him back, and while I'm in the cabinet, I'm going to try to pick something that we're painting today. Will I pick something that's gonna take forever? Maybe. You never really know when I reach in here what I could pull out. Do I dare pull this out? Do I dare pull this out right now? Do I dare pull out the model that I'm holding right now? Do I really dare? This might take forever, or it might go kind of fast. I don't know. I'm not sure how I'm feeling with this one. Fuck it, let's try it. Let's pull this out. This might go terribly, but it also might be epic. This is definitely one that I'm gonna have to reference the schematics. This is what we will be painting today. Oh god, the second I show it on camera, we're locked in. Okay, we're gonna lock it in. Hold on, I just have to make sure. Oh, he has like a hair or something on him. Get off of there. Sometimes when they sit in the closet long enough, a hair gets stuck in their primer, and then you have to, like, pry it off. Bro, get off of there. Where'd it go? Did I get it? No. It's like literally stuck in the primer. You just have to cut at it with a knife and it'll go away. There we go. Okay. Here he is. It is Lord Solar Leonidas. The High Commander of the Imperial Guard. Yep. He's not that big. He's not that complex either. You just have to do it. He's got a robot horse. He's got fancy armor. He's got a sword. He's got a cape. Yep. Okay, well. I think first thing we'll do after putting him on the stand is figure out. I'm fussing with the paper towel so we have it a clean side up. Figure out what he looks like. He has a similar size base to Vashtor, so I think we will once again struggle to keep him on this, because like look how easy it is for me to just like start. It's like of this size in particular, models of this size base, this thing struggles with. Yeah. Okay, well he can hang out here, and I will look up his box art. I know he has golden armor. I know the horse is white. Lord Solar Games Workshop. Yup. Lord Solar Leontis, not Leonidas. A little different. Leontis. Okay, yeah, that's actually not terrible. His scheme is pretty simple. If you want to look at it. He's got the horse has golden armor, and it's white, and he has golden armor and like a baby blue like undershirt and pants. And he's a red cape. That's not terrible, actually. So we'll just get to work on that. Let me open up my chat. It's really hiding from me. Ha ha ha. Really hiding. Chat. Okay, there we go. Well, I mean, I think a good place to start would probably be the gold. So that's where we'll start. I have a lot of paint out that I haven't put away. I'm really lazy about putting my paints back. It's like I take all these colors out to like work on something, and then I'm so tired after finishing a paint job. It's like I spent all my energy, and then it's like I have all these paints just strewn about my desk. I gotta move the dreadnought out of the way because it's in front of chat. Get out of here. Which gold? Probably this one. Hello, Van Rato. Feel like it's been a while. Welcome in. So it's a lot of the solid gold plates and armor. Like, there's not a lot of variation. So I'm not that scared. I think it'll be okay. As is usual, when you start a new project like this, you just pick a spot and you just get going. So his horsey has this big like front armor. You just paint it. It has this whole front plate here. I think it goes all the way around the front and to the other side, so we don't have to be that careful. Just block it in. I say it every time, and I say that every time too. But painting in this way with like speed paints, especially, it's like a coloring book. It's nice and white, and we're just coloring in the lines. So that's what we're doing. We're coloring in the lines. Your paintbrush can always hold more paint than you expect, so only go back when you really feel like you need to. Because that was just one brush full, and this is how much we got. We could even still keep going. But I've got plenty of gold in my palette, so we're not going to have to worry. Gotta do errands, I'll BRB. Bye! Bye, Dewey! What language is that? Dewey! There's some old Dark Souls 1 video where some guy is playing Dark Souls 1 and he gets in a fight with his mom during the video, and Connor and I quote it all the time. I spring and rolla and the conqueror frenten. But like I don't know what language that is. It might be Dutch or something. I love that video. Of course you have seen that. You don't even like Dark Souls. Why is that or do you? Maybe I don't know you. But like, of all the videos for you to have seen, why that one? I think it's Czech. I'm making sure to get all the horsey armor edges. You can like a video game you don't play? Oh, absolutely. But like, I don't think Myoska's even like a fan of Souls games. So like, it's bizarre for her to know that video. That is very specifically a video that takes place inside Dark Souls 1. And his mom comes in and starts lecturing him that he's inside playing video games because he skipped his first college course to play. Talking about Dark Souls perms? What is this, Cover Corporation? I think I remember seeing Mori Calliope saying that she didn't get perms for Dark Souls 3 the other day. Which had me go down a rabbit hole. Like, wait, what do you mean she didn't get perms? Because, like, that's an old game and she's played it before. But while investigating, they have to get the perms every stream for FromSoft games. They have to ask every time individually. Hello. Hello, Tom. That's like the only explanation, because she's played it before. Like she was continuing her Dark Souls 3 playthrough, but she didn't get perms. So she couldn't. Implying, at least to me, that they have to ask for perms every time. Yeah, I think some of them have talked about it. Some perms have a time limit. That is so bizarre. Okay, I gotta consult the box art, because I don't know where the armor is. Okay, the ears. Do we skip over the ears? Or do we go in between the ears? Oh god. I need the 3D image. Okay, we go in between the ears and the face plate, the shin guards, the butt plate. Okay, yeah, we're getting somewhere. Hopefully I'm not too late. Yeah, actually, you're way too late. Unfortunately, I'm ending now. You are way too late. I'm ending stream. As you can see, we're done with our model of the day. I have him at a snowy theme. Yep. I think a 27-minute Andy is a bit much even for me, especially when the first 5 minutes were spent in the starting soon screen because I was doing agility in RuneScape. I decided I was going to try to get Graceful even though they're nerfing it, the Graceful set, which requires probably another 10 hours of agility for me. So I've just been kind of doing that. The thing about agility though in RuneScape is it's really high APM, so like I have to pay attention to it, which is very rough and not very fun. But wait, is this as far as the gold armor goes, or is the plate underneath it also gold? Okay, that's as far as it goes. Okay. That made you realize your stream was delayed by a considerable amount? I did that on purpose. I said, Ares, delay orbital circuits stream broadcast, and my life is yours. This is a fun model to paint, because look how much he fills up the frame. That's fun. Though I think this might be an ill-advised miniature to pick, because your boy doesn't have a full-bodied acrylic white paint. As we saw, my army painter was dead the other time I tried to use it, and I haven't had the chance to go buy a new one. So if I make any mistakes on something that's supposed to be white, I have no idea how I'm fixing it. So I don't know. Maybe I could revive what's left of my army painter somehow. But this guy matches the guard forces. This guy is like the supreme commander of all the guard. He's the Lord Solar, one of the High Lords of Terra, I believe. Break out the whiteout? You think I have whiteout in this home? Why? Why would I have whiteout? I think the guy who had this rank before this guy is like a imperial saint. Like, I think he got sainthood. I don't remember his name though. But he was another Lord Solar who held this position before. Because I do think he should have a pretty white stallion, but I think it'll be hard to do without a full-bodied white paint. Good night. Stamp cast a curse on you. I wonder, like, is any part of this horse organic? Or is it a robo horse? I wonder. Because it seems very robo to me. And it has like a synthetic hair tail or something. Because it even has cybernetic eyes. Though it's like muzzle seems kind of normal. And its teeth. But then its undercarriage and like legs are all cybernetics. So I don't know. It's probably a cyber horse. Or should I say a robot horse? Cyber kind of implies, like, cyborg, where it's, like, a mix. It's probably a robo-horse. An actual horse has got to be so rare in the Imperium. I doubt they exist anymore. But it has a real horse's noble spirit. I mean, yeah, look at it. It knows how to strike a pose. On top of a Titan skull. I think this is the skull of a Warhound Titan. That's pretty epic. It knew that it needed to stance up. It knew. Today was legs at the gym for us boys. It was a rough one. Because we've started to like increase our weight more significantly because we're starting to get stronger. Like on the leg press, like I think Connor was starting to do like his entire body weight or more than his entire body weight on the leg press, and that shit is hard. The leg press is always really hard, and you like strain really bad with your core, so it makes you feel like you're gonna vomit. But then you don't. But then you don't. We did the leg press. We did the thing where we call it Darling in the Franks, where you lay on your stomach and do like leg curls. And we did squats. We're becoming ants. True. Emetophobia? I don't know what that is. I don't think that's a phobia that I've ever heard. Should I learn the leg addy today? Oh, fear of puking? Oh, heard. What do you mean the leg addy? What are you talking about? Pretty common? Really? I'm not sure I've ever heard somebody say specifically that they have it. And, you know, I'm pretty old at an old 29 years old. It's common to not like puking, but I would say I haven't heard many people say they specifically have like a fear. Yeah, unfortunately I do not have the logs of the entire history of the server memorized. If I did, a lot of y'all would be in trouble, I'm sure. But yeah, working out's fun. We went out there, then we got bibimbap, and there was a bakery nearby, and they went and got coffee. I didn't. They also got pastries. I didn't. For once, I was the strong one. For once, it was me. I said, no, I will not be getting a pistachio roll, even though it looks so freaking good. And I didn't get one. Yeah. And then I came home, and because I didn't get a coffee, I was really sleepy. And so I laid down for 1 hour. And then I woke up, I did some RuneScape agility. I played a little bit of WoW. One of my friends invited me to their guild. Yeah. Trying to get these back shin guards is kind of hard. Yeah, this model seems complex, but actually it might be just as easy to paint as a Space Marine. It just has a little bit more real estate, that's all. But yeah, I haven't thrown up in a really long time. I have a pretty strong stomach. I felt nauseous. Not that often, but sometimes. But yeah. I mean, it's never pleasant, but also, I mean, I'm not like afraid of it. You would rather avoid it because it's not fun. But yeah. Me not drinking helps with that. to be extra careful on the next part, because I think it's his chess piece. I like how he's kind of like a more classic, like, military commander, kind of like Napoleon-esque. But he's in the year 41,000. He doesn't even have a gun. Well, no, he has a pistol. He has a pistol. But still, not the most impressive armory here. Where would one go to start dipping their toes in Warhammer? Probably your local Games Workshop or Warhammer store. If you let them know that you're interested in getting into the hobby, they'll literally hook you up with the free models and paints that you can use there, and they'll like walk you through painting your first mini and stuff. Also, YouTube. Watch lots of YouTube videos. That's what I usually do when I'm trying to get into anything. Just become educated on like best techniques, best like common mishaps, good fundamentals. But you live in the UK, it's like really easy for you to get into it, honestly. Bump the mic. I'm so awesome with that. That's so fun for me to constantly bump the damn mic. I don't even know if y'all can hear it. Is it more accessible in the UK? Absolutely. It's the biggest in the UK. It's where Games Workshop is based out of. Okay, so now once again, consult the schematics. You can look at his blurry form. What else is gold? His shoulder plates. Yeah, we can do that. His shoulder plates. And that's almost it with the gold. The hilt of his sword. His scabbard. What about the holster for the pistol? The pistol holster is kind of a pale gold. Those are kind of pale gold too. I'm not really sure I'm gonna achieve that. I have an idea though, so maybe we'll try that. Okay. Pale gold, pale gold. I think I know what I must do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it. My fingers are stiff. I think it's time to swap to Little Brush. Where you at? There you are. little, oh god, not Kylo Ren quotes? Oh, come on. You leave Kylo alone. He gets a bad rap, but he's not so bad. I'd argue he's one of the better parts of those travesties. Motherfucker is wide, though. Why was he so wide? He's, like, set up to be this, like, whiny teenage guy. And then you see him, and it's like, no, this guy's yoked. And it feels a bit, like, not fitting. Poor costume choices. I like this costume. Unless we're talking about the wide one. Like, when he's shirtless. Then, yeah, that definitely could have been better. This really is just a guy on a horse, huh? He was in the military? I mean, technically, but like, is a Sith really a military member? Also, I never really understood how old he was supposed to be. Like, he was kind of written like an angsty teenager, but then, like, he's... I don't know. He doesn't really look like one. Oh, the actor? Oh, yeah, I believe he was. Adam Driver. Yeah, I believe he was. I love this guy's on a horse. How fucking useless. How goofy in fucking... In the year 41,000, you're on a horse. You're gonna get hit by like a fucking ion blast. And Necron's gonna hit you with a gravity beam. Like, and because even though it's mechanical, it would have infinite stamina, like, unlike a normal horse, but like, it's not like it has rocket boosters. Like, you're pretty vulnerable on this thing. Hello, Dreamy. Do Necrons have horses? No, they don't, actually. You're right. Necrons are very, like, spider and, like, beetle focused. They really like beetles. And scarabs. And spiders. Trying to get his breastplate that's behind his back. I'm not that worried about it, but just a little bit. Oh, I never did his shoulder pauldrons. Sorry, I gotta get him pretty close to be able to see it. A lot of people didn't like this model when it was released. They thought it looked goofy, that it didn't really fit with the rest of the guard. But I think it kind of fits. So, like, you have this very Vietnam-era-esque Cadian guard models. and in the World War I era with the Krieg, and then of course their penultimate like leader of the entire guard forces looks like this. Like the rest of them have to slum it in like fatigues and you know, khaki and like, you know, barely helpful flak plates, and this guy's in solid gold. It's kind of epic. Do you think the Robo Horse would be programmed to act like a proper horse? Oh, I think it definitely has horse behavior, for sure. For sure. Like, what's the point if it doesn't? If it doesn't, like, whinny and neigh? It's funny, blocking in the gold like that, we already have a lot of them painted, because the horse is white. So, like, this is a different color. This is kind of a tan. But, like, the legs are white. The snout is white. The ears are white. The undercarriage is dark enough where we probably just have to shade it, and that's enough. Figured I'd block his sword in while I had the silver out. The thing about swords is you can't forget to get the edges. They have a little bit... They tend not to want to catch paint unless you get them directly. But it's not so hard. You just have to make sure you get all sides. Oh, he almost came off the handle there. I caught him. Yeah, what would they feed this thing? Do you think it needs to be fed at all? And because this is 40k, machines are holy in 40k. So like this guy gets like holy oils and ointments, and like he's like anointed before battle. Machines are holy in the Imperium. With every figure, this is definitely my favorite one. 40k is full of really, really awesome sculpts. There's a part of gold that I missed that I want to do before I get to anywhere else. There is here, under the horsey's chin. The top of the armor plate. I want to make sure I get... Okay. Their version of Energon in 40k. Do you mind elaborating on what that is? Is that from Transformers? Energon? How does Energon work in Transformers? I'm like only vaguely knowledgeable on Transformers. Like I can name Transformers, but like I'm not very I'm not like a buff on like the setting. Kind of like sustenance, but also blood. Yeah, no, machines run on gas and electricity. Like, I think the gas is pretty literal. Like, I think they have something that is like gasoline. What do they call it? Fuck, I don't remember what they call it. But it's like a sci-fi sounding version of like petroleum. Promethium? That sounds right. No, capitalistic hellscape, you know they don't have any kind of renewable resource. This shit runs on oil. And Emperor bless that it does. I pray to the Emperor every day that we discover oil on every Xenos planet. Could also be magic. Magic does exist in 40k, but not like that. They don't use it like that anyway. And also the Imperium completely abhors the magic. Most of the magic people are enslaved or literally sacrificed as food for the Emperor on the black ships. They call it psychic abilities, but you tap into unreality, which sounds like magic to me. But the Imperium, one of the tenets, suffer not the mutant, the Xenos, the heretic, or the witch to live. I always found it funny that the specific word they use is witch. Suffer not the witch to live. They don't like aliens, or magic people, or mutants. Sorry, X-Men. Goodbye, Scott Summers. Or heretics. Definitely not. Or traitors. Which does have a negative connotation historically, but, like, nobody uses it that way in modern day, right? Like, at least not really. Nowadays, witches are Halloween, right? I do? You live in Britain. Riches are real there. When I was in Britain, a woman turned Connor into a newt. It was so terrifying. I had to solve her riddles 3 or else she wouldn't turn him back. He got better, yeah. She turned me into a newt. He got better. I want to... He has, like, the petticoats or whatever. I want those to be a darker red. So, like, where's my flesh tears? Flesh tears. Flesh tears. That's Blood Angels. Gal Vorback. Flesh Terror. Berserker Bloodshade. I will need you. Bump the mic. Flesh Terrors? Flesh Terrors. Found it. That movie is so good. What a classic. I think less of people who have said that they've never seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail. What a formative thing for, like, the way me and a lot of my friends like our relationship with humor. Didn't like that sound? What sound? The shaking of the bottle? The opening of the bottle? The Imperium loves Ogrins because they're, controllable. Because their IQ is, like, 22. You don't like the shaking sound. Unfortunately, you're gonna hear that a whole lot. Always shake your paints before you use them. The smartest Ogryn is the one in Darktai? Yeah, and he's still dumb as bricks. He is still, like, astronomically dumb. But for an Ogryn, he's like Albert Einstein. Consumes paint? That would be ill-advised. Again, because the question gets asked a lot. This paint is generally non-toxic, but that doesn't mean that eating this much of it would be very good for you. Hello, Monkey-san. 1,000 years regret, but I must go to class. That's alright, horse. That's alright. If Serve was here, I think they'd be happy to know that this was a closet mini. But would it be yummy? I don't think so. I do not think so. Bro, is IBS, like, more common? Do we have, like, an IBS epidemic? I swear, like 1 in 3 people says that they have IBS. Or is it, like, a self-diagnosis problem, where all of us just think we have IBS because all of our tummies hurt because of all the chemicals in the food or whatever. Hot girls have tummy issues, it's science. Yeah. It's funny, I keep thinking I missed a spot, but I didn't. It's just that the paint is shiny and the reflection makes it look like it's white still. Alrighty, let's put another coat on the cape. The cape is kind of a focal point, so I want to make sure I get good coverage. The other focal point obviously is the metallics, but metallics always get good coverage. So at least a couple coats. Okay, I think it's about time we try to solve that pale gold issue. I could mix silver and gold like I got on Vashtor, but I think I'm gonna try something different this time. So like the plate on his chest is gold, and then the winged like icon is like a paler color. I'm thinking if Reichland Flesh Shade makes the gold look bronzier, like it's kind of a bronzer, if I paint this silver and then put that over it, will that make it look like a pale gold? We're gonna find out. So, on the silver goes. It's nice and raised, so it shouldn't, as long as I move carefully, I shouldn't have much trouble keeping the rest of it clean. I love embossed details. Metallics feel like cheating, because you're right, it really does look really good, but it's just because metallics are shiny. Oh, that's kind of the hobby. I appreciate it, but that is the hobby. You want to make sure you don't miss anything. You want to hit every detail. There are definitely times when you can skip over things. Some people, paint all the rivets. And it's like, okay, like I don't need to do that. Like the rivet's going to be the same color as the panel. But you definitely want to make sure you hit every important detail. And these things are expensive, so you want to make sure that you're happy with the way they look, which includes taking your time to leave no stone unturned. This guy probably cost something like $80. Hello, Mari Hakito. How are you? Finally made it on one of my streams? Well, fortunately for you, we haven't been going too long yet. Okay, well that's that. I just have to wait for it to dry, and then we have to go over it with the Reichland Flesh Shade just to see what happens. Because it is far brighter than the gold in value, which is what we want. Yeah, this is a flashy model. It's a centerpiece for the guard, for sure. I guess while waiting for that to dry, we might as well just do some silver on some of the other parts, like on the butt. The butt armor. This is like a laurel and skull. So many skulls. That's how you know anyone in real life who supports the Imperium unironically is a Nazi. Because I wonder what image they had a lot in a lot of their imagery. There is a lot of overlap. So I get it. The Imperium is fun to talk about, but it's not fun to think of it as a real thing. At all. It would not be fun to live in the Imperium. They eat each other there. This is kind of an awesome model. I don't know why it took so long to paint it. It just seems scary. But maybe he'll give me more motivation to paint my guard. Because we have all that guard that I have primed. Maybe I'll start pulling some more of them out. The thing about 40k is every faction is evil. That's kind of the point. It's satire. You're not supposed to think any of these people are laudable. Maybe some of the individuals, like small soldiers or something. But like Space Marines are almost entirely terrible as a force. The Emperor of Mankind is terrible. The Lords of Terra, terrible. People who call themselves the Joker unironically, well now hold on. I am the Joker. The Joker I tend to mind a little bit less because he wasn't, like, a Nazi, you know? Because those people tend not to say they're the Joker because they're a murderer. They tend to say it because they're like, I'm a bit quirky, I'm a bit messed up. Whereas people say, I love the Emperor of Mankind because they're Nazis. You know? Usually the people who say they're the Joker just aren't socialized enough. Joker lovers give me Fedora vibes. They give me that vibe too. And that's why I think they're mostly harmless. Mostly. Joker movie, I think it's fun to quote a couple times. I don't think it's that awesome or epic of a movie. Yeah, I think Joker 2 is going to be very bad. Like, very. Yeah. You know, like, you want to hear another Joke Murray? Like, that's that scene is fun to quote, but like, I don't think it's actually that good of a movie. Why do I think Joker 2 will be bad? Because they are trying to do a musical, which is already cringe. Lady Gaga's Harley Quinn might just be one of the worst things I've ever heard. The director keeps saying that they've changed everything about the Joker and Harley because they want their own interpretations. But then at that point, if you're adapting if you're adapting an existing IP but then changing everything about it, it's not the IP anymore. You know, you understand? Like, so like, Harley Quinn is not Harley Quinn. She's gonna be called Harley Quinzel, and then she's not gonna do like anything that Harley Quinn would do or act any way that a Harley Quinn would act. So like, they really just took advantage of having an existing IP to build a brand off of and market, and then they just made whatever movie they wanted to make. Which, like, I respect the hustle, I guess, but I think that's going to be a very bad film. The trailers that I've watched have not inspired confidence, personally. So like 90% of films now? Yes. Okay, now it's time to find out. Did our gambit work? We're gonna be woke and liberal with this shade to make sure that we get everything. We're gonna have to let it dry before we make any verdicts, but its reading is definitely still 2 silver. Which maybe we'll just have to settle for, you know? Because I really don't want to paint all those details again. It helps, for sure. Making sure it's not pooling in any unwanted areas. And also not being missed anywhere. Did I watch the Deadpool movie? Yeah, it was pretty fun. Maybe a 7 out of 10. You get what you get. As long as you're expecting a fun movie, you won't be disappointed. If you're expecting a fulfilling and interesting movie, you would be, because it is definitely neither of those things. It is a Marvel movie. If you're expecting cinema, then you are in the wrong place. But it was fun. It was fun. I didn't regret seeing it, which I think is important. Because there have definitely been movies recently where I've like regretted even going. Like Long Legs, I felt like was like such a waste of time, which is so disappointing because everyone was so hyped for that movie, and I just found it to be so bleh. So bleh. Kinda detest Ryan Reynolds. I mean, he's a Hollywood actor. What are you gonna do? None of them are good people. That's kind of in the contract. You cannot be that rich and that famous ethically. Yeah, I thought Long Legs was super overrated. It was really good for 40 minutes, and then doo-doo in like the last 60% of it. It went from really good to doo-doo, which is unfortunate. You know, this didn't give me the effect I wanted, but I'm kind of happy with it anyway, so we'll probably just leave it. You'll probably just leave it. Sometimes you just gotta leave things. You experiment, you try things out. 2 arms clears. True. 2 arms. Now that is cinema. That is cinema. Right there. Okay. Good night, Rotten. Free Guy? I'm pretty sure most people think that movie's terrible, unless I'm vastly mistaken. I think the only people who like that film are like average Joes who like grew up with like a PlayStation 1. Like they got a PlayStation 1 when they were like 9 and they loved it or whatever. It was a pandering movie, which really only works if you're in the demographic they're pandering to. And it was like Marvel dads is their demographic. I really can't close my fucking Wraithbone. It's really not wanting to go. There it goes. Bit of thinned out Wraithbone, and we're doing the underside of the cape. This will take a couple coats. The one thing I don't like about capes is doing the underside like this, because it's never easy to get to. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. So it's to make it nice and hard for you, and not in a fun way. Have anywhere you post pictures of my models? Nope. I definitely should, though. Everyone always tells me I should do it. I should make a Instagram or something for it. If nothing else, but for posterity. Because I'm sure Reese in 10, 15 years would like to have it. Ow. My back. My shoulders hurt today. Put a light box on throne. I need to research what the best ones are for my purposes. No, you guys are right. I just have to do it. But I know you guys know how motivation works too. It's hard sometimes. Now we can do a second coat. Again, for those following along at home, this is Thin Down Wraithbone. Wraithbone's a very good paint. You got Wraithbone primer. It's a really nice off-white, nice and warm, but not overpowering. It's just a nice color, Wraithbone, for this kind of pale color we're looking for on the cape. The primer, yep, same color. Comes in a pot as well. The primer is made to match this color, really. It was primed white. This one was actually not primed Wraithbone. Can you get a Gravelord primer? No. Gravelord Grey is a speed paint. They do not sell a primer of it. I'm holding him at all the weird angles, trying to make sure that I get everywhere. I know he's getting blurry because he's at I have him upside down and the camera isn't focusing on him. But trying to get all the underneath sides, all the important bits at least. Let's tackle his like baby blue clothes. There was a good color for it, but I don't know where it is. I have it somewhere. What does this look like? This is a Battleship Gray, a light blue gray. It might be a bit too gray. No, that's just about what we're looking for. Haven't used this color before. Some nice complex bases recently? Yeah. Because this guy's just a man on a horse, to make him truly giant, they have to put him on top of something. Your stream is delayed? Try refreshing. Besides that, there's not really much else I can do for you, unfortunately. You know, coming out of the bottle, this looked good enough, but now it's going on a bit too pale. But we'll lock in with it, and if I want to change it after, I can change it after. It's almost the right tone. It's almost the right tone. It's like, it's actually the right tone, but the wrong value. Where was that other color? If it wasn't this one, it was perhaps this one. Runic Gray. See, this one looks super dark coming out of the bottle, but I think going on, it's not going to be dark. Look, on the palette, this looks almost black when it's in a pool. This is better. It has better contrast. But honestly, that undercoat will show through a little bit, so maybe it was fine. Maybe it works out. It's Emperor Azaro Fresius from hit game Path of Exile. Oh my god. I can't believe it. It's the Emperor guy from Path of Exile. I'm definitely familiar with Path of Exile and definitely know what Das is talking about. Definitely. I never got the clasps on the cloak. It's like you think this guy's like on parade, but like he's not. Like this is how he's showing up to the battlefront. He's a freak. As he should be. He's the Lord Commander of the entire Imperial Guard. If he wasn't ostentatious and a freak, then I would be upset. I didn't get the back of his breastplate here. But it's always okay to miss things as long as you get them later. And then I also noticed I missed the back of his breastplate on this side. I did it on one side and then neglected it on this side. You can see it there in his armpit. Just a few little places that are really tiny that I'm trying to get, so I have them 1 inch from my face right now. Bear with me a moment. Okay. This is, we're in a kind of a middle, like, ugly phase right now, where I'm trying to clean some stuff up. Bringing some of the shine back to the gold. You can see where the wash kind of darkened it a bit much, like on the horse plates. You can just go back over it just a little bit. To kind of rein that shade back in. It didn't seem like it pooled unnecessarily in any other places. It just, those were nice big flat panels. So those are the kind of areas you gotta watch. What are we working on next? What color are the hooves? Presumably black, but they look like they have horseshoes. Okay. Yeah. The like little socks that he has right above his hooves are the same color as like the underside of the cloak and like his kind of neck. So like right here, it's the kind of tan. Ooh. He came up off the handle. He's been behaving better on the handle than Vashdor. Vashdor was just evil on the fucking handle. What an evil, evil foe Vashdor was. I'll keep taking him out of the cabinet to look at him. Mr. Vashdor. What if I started figure painted but only used Hatsune Miku color palette for all of them? I mean, they're your figures. Do what you want. As long as you execute them well, that could look epic. But you have to make sure the first one you paint is Karn the Betrayer, because he has Hatsune Miku pigtails in canon. They're the same color and everything. Karn. He has like cyan pigtails. Look him up and you'll see. Chosen of Corn, by the way. Karn. Besides Angron, the single most powerful Cornate champion. K-H-A-R-N. Karn, the Betrayer. Choosing to wear red with those as a choice? Yeah, it's always looked goofy to me, but it's like part of his character now. He's always depicted with those. He would probably call those like war horns, not bunny ears, but yeah, they do look like bunny ears. But I think they're supposed to be like horns, like a demon would have. I'm giving its neck and face a second coat here. Hatsune Mikarn, yeah. I like Karn. In the fiction, he's like really powerful, and he's just like a really cool dude. He's actually kind of a bro to his ally. Well, he used to be. But he did earn his moniker in his way. But he used to be chill. He beat the shit out of one of like the most hated characters in the canon. And it was not close. He had like a duel with Erebus. Erebus is a chaplain of the Word Bearers, I believe. Largely credited with the entirety of the Traitor Legions falling to chaos. He was like the first. And he was the one that convinced his Primarch, and his Primarch convinced the others. So Erebus is largely credited with the Horus Heresy in the entire Civil War. He orchestrated Horus's, I guess, corruption. Overall, a not cool dude. Robo Horsies, but no robot dinosaurs? Yeah. They exist in the setting, but no models. Learning about Warhammer will lore slowly. Don't worry, if you watch me for about 4 years, you'll have a pretty good grasp. It's taken me a long time to just be able to reference things in the way I can. The way a lot of 40k fans can. You know, I'm not special or different for that. It's pretty common in the hobby to be able to reference things like that. But it's because all of us seek it out. You know, we go on the wikis, we read books, we watch videos. We read the little lore blurbs on the store pages for the minis we buy. We read the rule books. Careful, SpongeBob. Yeah, that was a careful SpongeBob moment, trying not to get the black on everything else. Now we swapped a smaller brush. Same color though. We're gonna do the hooves and probably his boots. Are all the videos an hour plus long? There's plenty of that. You can find short ones too, though. It just depends on the creator how succinct they are in their summaries. You can find short and long ones. You can find them in ASMR. You can find them all over in all kinds of formats. 40k is very big. It might seem small because, you know, I'm streaming to double-digit people in a category that barely has a few hundred people watching it. But off of the internet, like out in the wild, there are a lot of people who like this hobby. It's just they're pretty solitary, because it is a solitary hobby. They make Warhammer ASMR. I believe the channel is called Ashen Hollow, and I believe he does Warhammer ASMR readings, just like soft talking lore readings. Ashen Hollow. I think he just ran out of From Soft game lore to do, and he's expanded into 40k. He might do Age of Sigmar as well. He's also English, so he has a proclivity for Warhammer in the first place. They get a racial bonus. British people. It's rare in America and in like Latin America and like South America and stuff, but over in Europe, Warhammer is much bigger, especially in the UK. In America, it tends to ironically be big in like the Midwest, the less populated areas. He was coming off the stand. But like I haven't known many Warhammer fans in like cities. A lot of Warhammer YouTubers live in the Midwest. You know, like fucking Kansas, Minnesota. I'm not really sure what it is about the Midwest that's more conducive to this. Maybe it's because it's kind of a slow hobby. They're not all like brain rotted from the hustle and bustle of civilization. I don't know. Reporting in from the Midwest. Got a whole group of 40k guys out here. See? See? Not as much shit to do out here. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I don't know what colors I'm making the bridle. Like, I don't know how dark of a brown I want it to be. Getting his boots. He has these skull belt buckles, or boot buckles, as it were. I'm not really sure what to do with those either. It's funny, on camera, the silver shaded with the Reikland flesh shade kind of actually does look how I wanted it to look. But with my eyeballs, it still shows as a little bit too silver. I've seen people try to make this guy match like the Cadians. So they'll paint the horse armor like a matte olive and like cut his helmet down so that it's a bit less like and they shave it off and stuff so that he's a bit less ostentatious. It looks pretty cool. I've seen people give him like a Krieg like gas mask so he can match like a Death World army. I kind of like his default look personally, but a lot of people have cut this model up. They like their grim dark, like, you know, Vietnam style guard armies, and this guy does not fit. But I kind of feel, like I said earlier, that that's the point. You know, this guy's an important man. The Lord Solar of all the Guard in the entire galaxy. He kind of deserves to look this way. At least in the Imperium he would. Hell, in real life he would. Imagine humanity had like even just a solar system spanning empire, right? Like we colonized all of Sol, right? Do you really think that whoever leads all the military wouldn't look like this? No, he absolutely would. Absolutely. Maybe not the robot horse, but like the super stylized, like classical military. Starting to block in some of that other stuff is helping. And while I was over here, and it's so funny, no matter how long I paint, I still do this stuff like this, and I think it's common. I did all of his underclothes, but then this leg I just didn't do. I just left that whole leg naked. It didn't get any paint. These little, like, scarves or sashes, I don't know what color they are. What color should I make them? Let's consult the schematics once again. In the box art, they are white. Well, that's not helpful. Or maybe it is. Because they already are white. They're white with gold tassels on the ends. Like these is what I'm talking about. I still need to get to shading all of the white. I'll probably put speed paint blinding light over all of them. And I need to clean up his little petticoat thing. Should I give him black gloves? His gloves are supposed to be white too, but I got some paint on. Oh, let's see. We'll see if I can fix it. We'll see if I can fix it. I think I might just have to settle for using Wraithbone to fix some of the white details in small amounts. Like, you could see here, if you might be able to see it. Camera, I know we're close. There we are. On his glove, his topmost glove there, you can see I got gold on it. Ideally, I paint over that with white, but my acrylic white is dead. So I only have the Wraithbone to use. But it's kind of in an out-of-the-way spot, and I'm going to shade it anyway. So I'm just going to send it and just hope that it... Come on, camera. Come on. That it turns out. Because it's just a little spot. Wraithbone is off-white anyway. White and gold looks really good. Same for black and silver. Agreed. White looks good with all metallics, honestly. Same with black. I'm trying to, my Wraithbone, I didn't get more. Apply more Wraithbone over his little petticoats because they got all messy. And my Wraithbone opened up. I knew it didn't close. It's really not wanting to close for some reason. I gotta be careful. I don't want it drying out. just cleaning up. So we apply Wraithbone, and then we'll go back over it. Well, I have it out. I want to try, emphasis on try, to get this, like, under cape around his shoulder that I basically didn't get at all. Yep. The only way you can get it is by trying. But with a damp brush and semi-thin paints, you can do it. We're going to go and shade all of our Wraithbone parts anyway, so if we're not happy with the way they look right now, that's okay, because they're going to change. Like, really, this thing doesn't want to close, and I don't know why. Like, its cap is intact. Like, I'm using all my might to close this thing, and it still pops open really easy. I wonder... It's because these shitty paint pots. Courtesy Games Workshop for this. It could be, like, an accruement of, like, paint around the rim here. You can see how thick this is. And I have to carve it off. It's a human-sized man with a horse-sized horse. Clean that off. I mean, that's just how it ends up getting. They all get like this, eventually. Because the paint pots are designed for you to lose paint like that. That didn't help at all. It literally didn't help at all. Is it the lid? The lid. The lid. This is the cause of yellow spill? Yeah. You just gotta be careful. You can never guarantee that something won't happen, but you can do your best. It was definitely this lid. The lid. The lid. Cleaning all the gunk out. Okay, let's try closing it now. No, man, it wasn't. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Whatever. As long as it stays closed, I don't mind how easy it is to open. But like some of these like are really closed. Like if I want to open my, where is it? If I want to open my skeleton horde, I have to hold it here, and then like underhand this and open it this way, because it really doesn't want to open. But then that other one is really popping open with like barely any pressure. So not very happy about that. Because I don't want it to come open when I'm like asleep. That would be bad. Oh well. It's closed for now. Let's look at the bridle. They have it black. I mean, yeah. It can be that color, I guess. Also, his gloves aren't white. We're saved. They're Wraithbone. I thought they were white. They're not. I use this Wraithbone so much we're going through it. His gloves being Wraithbone really helped, actually. That means the only things that are truly white is the horse, which we've been mostly clean on. The closet loves a good drink of the supplies, literally, bro. I'm happy we're painting this guy. He's so cool. He'll look very nice with everything else. I haven't touched the hilt of the sword yet. Or his face. Though we all know how epic I am at faces, so won't worry about that. Smile. His scabbard is also black, so we'll try to block that in real quick. I haven't done the metal parts on it yet, because I wanted to get this part done first. Feel him coming off the painting handle, but that's okay. I have him in my grasp. I've caught you, you're mine. Do I have a specific process for picking which order to do areas, or just feel it out? Generally, I go from inside out. So you start with things like skin, or like if I didn't prime the horse white, I would have started with the horse's skin, then like the joints. Come on, camera. Yeah, so like skin, joints, then all the armor, then the stuff on top of the armor. Then I was like focusing like, okay, what's the most outward areas? Like his clothing, his cape, the sword, the tail. And then stuff like the base you just do last. Because the base just isn't important to do, not nearly as much as the rest. Because you can see the stuff that I don't have painted yet. It's like the bridle, the stirrups, his sword hilt, the gun, and the holster. It's like the tiny details that are like outermost on his body, whereas the rest of his body is mostly painted, except for the face, which I have been avoiding. But generally, outside in is the best way to do it, because or rather inside out, because inside is you're most likely to make mistakes when you're doing the inside bits, and so you'll cover them up when you do the outside ones, because it's so hard to reach a lot of the inside stuff that then you get the outside dirty. So why would you paint it and have it done and then do the inside when you're likely to get it messed up? Then you're doing your work twice. You're always gonna have to go back and fix things, but you just want to avoid what you can. Okay, so let's paint his little petticoats that I was fixing real quick. Where'd our flesh tearers go? Berserker Bloodshade, Sigwald Burgundy, Ball Red, flesh tearers? What did I do with it? Did I put it back? No way. Blood Angels, Corn. No way I put it back. Galvorback, it's somewhere here. Did I really put it back? What? Where did it go? Flesh Tearers, come out. Is this Flesh Tearers? Basilicanum. The Seraphim Sapia. Skeleton Horde. Agrax Ursh. I put it back, it's somewhere. I think. Or did I somehow lose it? It's right here. Okay. It was behind the painting handle. You could see it appear when I moved the painting handle. But yeah, that's really the only amount of thinking I give to what to paint when. But you can paint however way you want. I just find that has me going back the least. While we're at it, we'll do a second coat on this side as well. I like Flesh Tearers red. It's I feel like it's a lot more believable that an army would paint its color like its men in this red color over like the cape. Like Blood Angels are like this color, you know? Flesh Tearers are a bit more reserved. Ironic, given that they are called the Flesh Tearers, but you know, you win some, you lose some. There's a tiny bit of his like little coats that I missed here in his lap that I'm trying to get. Being very careful. If I make a mistake, I can fix it later. There we go. That's better. We're looking pretty good, though. At least I think so. Kind of worried about painting the base. It's kind of gigantic, and I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it. Okay, I was just mixing up some paint on my palette for a couple of details. His scabbard and sword hilt and holster have a very different gold on them than the rest, so I was trying to make one. And it looks different enough. It's not the right color gold for what I wanted on the armor, but it works well enough here. How's everyone's evening doing? Podcast listeners, you're welcome to chime in on that. How we doing? How we feeling? Eepy? The great Eepy. No. Leontis, stay. Doing good. Building a Lego set? What set? Finished gym? Let's go. Tired? Energetic? And now I'm pooped? Oh man, we're all pooped. And if we finished work, everyone's pooped. Kittens on Saturday? That's so epic. Playing Magic? That's epic. Magic is one of those things that I always kind of wish I got into, but I never did. We're still finished with the man himself. We're getting close. Lego Chrysanthemum. I like the flower Lego sets. Though I think I've spoken about it before. The Lego set that I think would be so fun to do is the Lego Barad-dûr from Lord of the Rings. The tower which Sauron's eye sits upon. It's a very easy to acquire, very cheap thing. No one has ever scoffed at the price of it. It's just very attainable for me to get, I think. For those out of the know, Barad-dûr costs $500. And I'm not kidding. I'm pretty sure it costs like $485 or something. It costs as much as like a PlayStation. Put it on throne? No. I do not have the fucking... whatchamacallit? The room for that monstrosity in my apartment. It looks very cool. It would be super fun to put together. What a monstrosity. I'm repainting his halo in this color because I kind of like it. I think it works. The price per piece for Legos is actually pretty consistent. I think it literally is. I think if you do the math, the price per piece has barely changed in like 20 years. It's just the amount of pieces has become so insane that everything becomes like incredibly expensive. So it's hard. It's hard. I guess we'll do his ugly face now. Fuck. It's not gonna look good. Oh, we're skipping it. Nope. We're gonna do everything else first. Save the worst for last. Let's do the handle of his sword real quick. Sigwald Burgundy, as is customary around here. Sword handles are always burgundy. It's just a good look, I feel, for a sword handle. It's nice and, like, regal. Owen Aeon, thank you. Owen Aeon. What is an aeon? An eon is a measurement of time. Is an aeon also a measurement of time? What's up? I hope your stream was fun. We're painting a horse. Almost 5,500 pieces for Barad-dûr. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's a beautiful horse. Thank you. Here's a... There we go. For size reference, here's my hand. He's that big. My thumb is longer than him. It's always important to have a reference like that, I think. To remember, because it's easy to forget how small it is when you're looking at it like this. Even for me. Aeons are divine beings in Gnosticism. Wait, did Honkai Star Rail steal that? Because aren't they called Aeons? See, his boots are black, but then it has the bridle and stirrups as black as well. Oh, I see. The stirrup is silver, and then the strap is black. Okay, we can settle for that. We can settle for that. Also, what color is the holster? Is that black too? Let me guess, it's black. Let me guess, Leontis, it's black. It's black. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Thank you, Leontis, mother fricker. I know almost nothing about Gnosticism. Almost nothing. I know how to pronounce it. That counts for something. This is difficult. This stirrup strap goes up here where I can barely see it. You can kind of see it at this angle. See? It goes up into the... You can see it, which means I have to paint it. Did you ever learn how to read as a kid? The Greek alphabet? No. I know a few swear words in Greek, and that's it. Actually, I'm not even sure if I know those anymore. My mom learned. Sometimes I wish she taught us, but it's not her fault. It's ours. I think she had asked multiple times if we wanted to learn. We always said no. I mean, I talked about it before. I'm Greek enough to have like a Greek names day, but not Greek enough to have been forced to learn the language. Never too late? Yeah, but like, I don't know. It's hard. It sounds like it'd be kind of fun though to learn on my own time and then like call my mom one day and talk to her. That'd be fun. Her Greek is rusty, but she knows enough to speak to our family members who speak it. You'll also visit a Greek festival sometime. I mean, I've been to many. I've also been to many Greek weddings and Greek churches and Greek birthdays. A Greek names day. When you're raised Greek Orthodox, you're given like a Greek name after like a saint. It's because you know you get baptized. It's very much like Catholicism. So I have a saint, like a names day that I share with a saint. I don't remember when it is, though. We don't, like, celebrate it. My mom knows. She'll always wish me a happy names day, but I don't know when it is. Aristides is the saint. Aristides. Aristides. But I don't know when his name's day is. I don't know what he's the saint of. I don't even know if that's the correct pronunciation. I think it's close. But, yeah. I could just start telling people that's my name, but I would be very annoyed having everyone get it wrong all the time. So, I don't think I will. My mom encouraged me to do that once. She'd said, like, who cares, you know? Are we able to Google that? I mean, why not? Yeah, they try to give you a saint names day, I think, that's similar to your actual name. It's August 31st? Oh, shit. Look at that. Hope you guys get me presents. I thought they'd pick on what the saint did. I mean, our family picked based on how close it was to our actual names. But Greeks also have lots of, like, biblical names anyway. I have many Michaels and Georges in my family. Saint George, very common one. Michael as well. September 13th in Eastern Orthodoxy. Yeah, I don't know when it actually is. Connor is his Constantino, which makes perfect sense. I don't need an excuse to get something yummy. I get something yummy just about every day. I think Landon's talked about it before, but the one thing that we all like spoil ourselves with often is food. We are so food driven as a group, me and him and Connor, and even Carol. We all just love food. It's hard to get this bridle, I'll be honest. We're getting somewhere with this guy. We're getting pretty close to done with the man. I have to paint his gun. I have to paint the horse's eyes. The horse's teeth. I have to finish the bridle and stirrups. Greek dessert. Oh, Saganaki. I've definitely had that before, but it's been a while. That sounds really familiar to me, though. When we have Greek stuff, like at Greek weddings and things, it's a lot of lemon chicken, it's a lot of lamb, like lamb skewers, it's a lot of spanakopita, it's a lot of baklava. I know you guys can't really see right now, but I'm trying to get the stirrups around his boots without making a mess. Not super easy. Gyros is still one of those things I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce. I want to say the G is really, like, nearly silent in gyros. But, yeah. Again, I don't actually know Greek, so... So who knows on that one. It's pronounced like a Y? Yeah. He also has these little skull boot buckles. Wow. We'll just pick those out real quick. Because we didn't do those yet. We've done almost everything else. See, and this is the other thing. This is why you always, when you're just like have a second, give your models a once-over. I missed a part of the tail. Remember the other day when I talked about stuff like capes and things? You gotta be really careful because of all the folds. You want to make sure you hit everywhere. See? And now, done. Okay, we're getting really close to done with him. And the base should go pretty fast. It's just a big Titan head and some rubble. There was something I was just about to do and I don't remember. I got the silver paint out for a reason. What was it for? What was it for? I remember. It was for these pipes on the horsey's neck. I don't really know what they're for, but they gotta get picked out. So they will. Okay, camera, you don't like being zoomed up. I get it, bruh. I get it. So the horse only has one cybernetic eye. Does that mean it was actually... this was a living horse that's being kept alive? This eye is normal, I just noticed. That's a normal eye. But then this one, he's coming off the handle, is a robot eye. Wait, but the robot eye faces forward. Horses have eyes on the side of their head. This guy's vision is all messed up. Am I understanding that right? Does this look like it's facing forward to you? Because it kind of looks like that to me. This eye is sideways. This one. I don't know about that, dog. Venom horse? True, Venom horse. So if it only has one cybernetic eye, what color is the other one? This one is red. Everybody knows that. A cybernetic eye is red. But then, what color is this one? I didn't do the pistol. I did the holster, but not the gun. Silver. The metal parts are silver. Gotta get in real close, because I don't want to make a mess. And then the handle will be burgundy. Just like the sword. The grip. I feel like guns have grips, but swords have handles. Anyone else feel that way? Oh, that was almost bad. He almost came off in a way that spilled my paint. I think that's correct. It feels correct. Like a pistol grip. I know that because they're illegal in California. You guys know that? Adding a pistol grip to rifles. A gun could be completely legal, and then you add a specific grip on it, and now it's illegal. And the same can be true. A gun could be illegal, and then you remove the pistol grip and give it a normal stock, and now it's legal. Which is some of the ways that gun laws can be silly. Because the gun operates fundamentally the same, but the way you hold it changes its legality. In California, at least. Okay, let's do his damn face. Fuck. I don't want to. Don't make me do it. Okay, where is it? The thing about faces is actually the skin tone looks really good, right? Like if we zoom up real close, like that's a believable looking face. But also, where are his eyes? What am I supposed to do? Dot white? And then the answer is yes. Okay, but now he has white eyes. What am I supposed to do? Dot a pupil in them? The answer is also yes. That is like impossible. For me. Which is why I tend to not even do it. Because when you look at it from this far away, can you see his eyeballs? No. So even at this far, you still can't really make him out. Even this far, you're starting to be able to tell. Oh, okay, so he has no eyes. But like this far, it's like, it doesn't matter. It's too much effort and too much pain for something that I don't think matters. Which is why I tend not to do it. I like that paint though. That is Dark Oath Flesh, which I believe is supposed to be paler than Gilliman Flesh. Gilliman Flesh is a bit tan. I'm now gonna shade the pale areas that I did. Like this. Like there's a whole Aquila here. Can pick that out, pick out the edge. Just for some variation. In the color. You can pick out the folds this way as well. I finished my first minis recently and the eyes were rough. Eyes are incredibly rough. And again, I just find them to not be worth the trouble. They're just not worth the trouble. Space Marine eye lenses are one thing. Doing eyes on a human face is completely another. And it's just too much. It's just not worth it. I'm now poking the shade onto him, and then using my finger to remove all the raised areas so that we keep it in the recess for definition, but basically don't get anywhere else. Because like you want to define his fingers on his glove, but then you don't want to make the whole thing seem a darker color. You just want the recessed areas, which is not good for my camera to keep putting my hand in there over and over, but that's all right. Getting the other side of the inner cloak here. Again, I think the pale tan color is fine for the inside of the cape, but it's a bit one note. So I'm just going over the edge of it with this shade and the creases as well. And I'll tidy it up when I'm done with it. You see, like, especially here at this angle, how much that did for the cape. Would it be easier to shade the face instead, like a kind of Mike Mignola stylization choice, just darken certain parts? Perhaps. Perhaps. That's really how these paints kind of behave. It darkens the eye sockets, under the nose, the mouth. And then areas like the horsey's neck and stuff that we painted this color, we gotta get those too. So like shade under here, these little divots and folds. There's a whole like line along the edge that we want to get. Again, this is subtle, but if my camera showed you guys, you would have seen it, but it didn't want to. But now if you compare this side that I just did it to this side, you can see the difference. Again, this side, and then the side with the shade. So it's a very subtle step when you're actually doing it, but then when you have something to compare it to like that, you can really see the difference. It's very important. It makes it look a lot less flat. And you know, flat is fine in some contexts, but not on mini painting. You want depth. And then the other place that we can't forget to do this is his little socks. Remember a million years ago when we did these? Can't forget to shade these. These you can be a little bit, I think, more liberal with it on, because these are a lot flatter. They look really flat unless you really make sure to add the shade to them. You don't want it like to pool like crazy, but you definitely want it on there for sure. Make sure to get every side of them. You don't want to miss a side. It's very obvious when you do that. Oh, I never painted the horseshoes. We'll have to do that. Didn't paint the horseshoes. I was spinning them around like crazy trying to make sure I got every angle. I think I did. The horseshoes were silver. We still got our silver out. I do agree this is the best part. I like base coating and stuff, but like really, this is when it really starts to come alive, when you do all this kind of small detail work at the end. All the subtle shading and cleaning up. I'm just gonna do these one at a time, one hoof at a time. They're very small, these little like trim bits, but I might be doing it on camera, but if you're not doing it on camera, there is no shame in just bringing it 1 millimeter from your face, because I have to do that very often. Very often. Because you just can't see, it's too small. And I'm starting to think, because we're getting really close to that bit, I'm starting to think about the base. So, like, it's a Warhound Titan head, yes, very impressive. But also, you don't want to put too much into it, because it takes away from the rest of it. So I gotta be careful. Like, it has trim, it's a Chaos Titan, it has Chaos trim. But, like, do I really want to actually paint the trim? Like, I'm kind of leaning towards no. Or if I do, it'll be, like, very subtly. Because he's basically done at this point. No, he's not. The horse's eyeballs. The horse's eyeballs. Alrighty, here we go. One cybernetic eyeball coming right up. Coming right up. Coming right up. Not bad. Where'd we go? There he is. Not bad. You notice I missed the gold on the snout? Don't really care. Not fixing it. What color is his other eyeball, though? I have to consult the schematics. No way his other eye is also red, right? That would just be crazy. It's like pale. It's like blind. What? Is that like a hint that this thing is like the Imperium? It's blind? It's like cataracted, yeah. I'm wondering if it can give me a better angle. Hold on, I'm trying to look through the photos. It doesn't. Only the 360 gives me a good angle of it, and it's like a pale eye. Well, then I guess it can be Wraithbone. Or do I just make it red for fun? It's my model. Or do I just make it red for fun? Because that's fun. Also, I forgot the chin strap on his helmet. Right there, you see? He doesn't actually have a big giant chin. It's a chin strap for his helmet. That's why it's nice to consult the schematics sometimes. Yeah, I don't really like that as for the eyeball. Like, I don't like that. I don't like it. I kind of want them both to be red, because then you can make them out. So they're both going to be red, because that's fun. We do what's fun around here. You understand? I almost quoted Agent Smith again. Oh my god, I have to get that out. Quoting Agent Smith is not good right now. Not good. Not good. Look at his little paintbrush. In we go. There we go. Not terrible. You can see I made a little bit of a mess, but that's okay. I'm just gonna leave it. Yeah. I'm happy with how that's come out. there's something I wanted to do, and I think we're gonna try it. Here we go. If I can find the damn paint. There it is. Hugo Weaving's in your walls. I mean, I'm pretty sure most of us understand what quote I keep wanting to say and then not saying it. And just in current history, it's just not something that I should be saying. I don't think I get canceled, but we just don't need to put that out in the world, you know? I am taking Corvus Black, and I'm trying to subtly highlight some of the upper bits of the tail so it looks a bit less flat. We'll see how it turns out, because Corvus Black is also very dark. But I can't highlight with something too bright, because then it will start reading as gray. That's the trouble. I've talked about it before. That's the trouble with painting something that is black. That when you highlight it, it looks gray. So you can try to highlight it like I am right now with something that's like a different type of black. This one, if you look at it on my brush, if you can. It's really hard here. I'll put my hand in front of it. Maybe it's easier to tell. It's really hard to tell. This paint is almost gray. Here, it also might help. Here, this is even better. See? It's not a true black, but like, when it dries, it kind of almost is. So, I'm hoping that I can use this to highlight the tail effectively. And I'm just trying to pick out the raised areas. On the box art, the tail's like white with like a gradient, but I don't want to do that. That's a pain in my ass. He has a black tail. He's a horse. Yeah, it's kind of a charcoal. So I'm just hoping that we just put a little bit of this on and the tail looks a bit less boring. If it didn't do anything, it didn't do anything. But we tried. And that counts for something. I can barely tell, so we'll just say it didn't do anything. But that's alright. Base time! Time for an epic epic base! Where is that paint? There it is. Hefty helping of broadsword silver, because this is a very metallic base, which is gonna be kind of annoying actually. I'm looking at it. Oh, you know what? It's actually not that metallic. Maybe because it's a chaos knight? Let's try something. Let's try mixing a lot of black into this silver paint and see how dark we can make it, if it even works that way. Can I find my Grim Black paint? Grim Black. Oh, Grim Black. I know you're here. Somewhere on this desk. There you are. Okay, that didn't seem to change it almost at all. How about some more? Okay, that seems to be like a pretty close approximation of what I want. So we'll go with that. It's the first Titan I'm painting, and it's a decapitated head on a base. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So this is a Chaos Knight, so it has a bunch of trim. So I'm just gonna try my best to paint in the lines so I don't make it like a pain in the ass for me later. But you see how dark that silver ended up being? That's what I wanted. I wanted it to be metallic, but like nearly black. I had to add so much black paint to get this to be this color. Poor Warhound Titan. I wonder what happened to him. Because I know Lord Solar's dumbass didn't kill it. How did you follow a Warhound, big man? But we're just gonna be fast and sloppy with this base, you know, just how we like it. But I gotta be careful near his feetsies. He only has 2 feet down, so that's not so bad. But I still gotta be careful. The base, I know it's been kind of hard to tell what it is, but once I'm done painting it, you'll be able to see. It'll be obvious what it is after that. It also helps that I know what a Warlord Titan looks like, and most of you guys do not. Not a Warlord, a Warhound Titan. Quite an impressive beast, Warhound Titans. But I definitely wanted this base to be pretty dark because he's so bright and shiny. That's kind of the intent. They painted it that way in the box for a reason. Because it looks epic that way. Okay. Looks like the Timberwolf from Mick Warrior. Titans, especially, I think the Warhound one especially, are very Mech Warrior-y, for sure. I can see it. I can see it. It has like a lot of internals and stuff that I'm just giving a lighter coat of the same color. So that they're covered in paint, but it doesn't really matter what color they are, they're way in here. Just making sure I hit everywhere. All the little nooks and crannies. His little nose, inside his cranium. Okay, I think that's just about everywhere important. Now we have to do the trim. Nope, I missed a spot. That's a sneaky spot. That's so sneaky. Look. Right here. There we go. Okay. Now the trim. Where is it? Where's that paint? I saw it. Is this you? Or are you the dried out one? No, you're not the dried out one. No, you are not. Okay. I'm gonna mix something up again. Give me a second while I work with all my potions here. needs a bit more black. I'm trying to get kind of a dark brassy color. It kind of turned out. We'll just start slopping it on there and see how we feel. I'll darken it down with washes anyway. This is good enough, I think. I mixed Black Legion and Rune Lord Brass, if you could believe it, to get a very dark brassy color. Definitely one of the more impressive bases that I've painted. There's only a couple that I think I even have. I haven't even painted them that I think are more impressive than this. I think Bellacor's base is more impressive. I think, God, what's his name? Catacross has a more fun base. I think his is definitely up there. It should look aged. Chaos can't make new things. This Warhound was 10,000 years old. To be fair, the Imperium can't really make new Titans either. I think the art of crafting a Titan is lost to them. I think. Many things are lost to them. Like, making Gene Seed. Kind of an important one. They don't know how to do anymore. Trying to make sure I get all the angles on the snapped bits. I didn't mix enough of this up. I hope I can make it. It'll be close. Starting to get real quiet because I know we're coming in on the end, and so I'm focusing. Mechanical horse breaks its leg. Do they still put it down? Surely not. Surely not. The Imperium is very wasteful, but maybe not that time. Maybe not that time. I'm gonna put this on the eyes as they are as well, just so it looks a bit more interesting in there. But again, we don't want this base to look too interesting because it takes away from the rest of him. So we're painting it, but we're not tryharding. Imperium is far more wasteful than biological than synthetic life? Absolutely, because they can't replicate half the robots that they have in their empire. Okay. I have to consult the schematics for how to continue this, I think. But there are some parts I missed with the mechanical colors, so let's just do that real quick. Anywhere else? And then he has this concrete pillar. Oh my goodness, sneaky! Sneaky breaky. Do you see it? It's an armor panel from the Titan. We almost missed it. Very sneaky breaky like. See, again, I've been holding this model for what, 3 hours? Maybe 2.5? And I never noticed that detail until right then. It's normal. If you're ever painting a mini and you're like, wow, I'd never noticed that. That's a very normal thing to have happen. I mixed up just enough of that brassy color. I'm like completely dry now. So that worked out. Okay. Okay, guys, concrete pillars. What color is it? It's Gravelord Gray. Gravy. Yup. Maybe gravy for short. I do really love this paint. It's really good. It's just such a good paint for stone. The finish is like perfect for it. So there's this giant pillar here in the back, and all of that is our good old Gravelord. Because it has recesses like really dark, but then it has the raised areas nice and stone colored. It's just a very good paint. One of the best ones in the set. And the set is very big. Yeah, like look at this. That's one coat. Gravelord is goated. Like compare it to like here. These other bits that aren't painted at all. Like, meow. This is an awkward angle for me, but I'll try to illustrate it. See? Wow, Gravelord. It's like magic. Look at that. Am I on time? No. No, you are not. But that is A-okay with me. And that's why I like painting with these kind of paints. Why fuss over painting these rocks, which are not a fun thing to paint, when I could just slop this Gravelord Grey all over them and they look great. That looks sick. Thank you. I'll zoom out in a second so you can see it. I think this one is turning out quite good, though. I'm just going to get the other side of this pillar real quick. I'm going to do it so quick, I'm not even going to show you. That's how quick I am. Okay. You gotta draw me more? I mean, whatever you draw is up to you. Yeah, here he is. The Lord Solar. He's looking pretty epic. See, the base doesn't distract you from him. The base is nice and muted. Yeah, he's looking pretty good. Back to painting concrete. Yeah. Thought the red and blue looked a little silly in the reference pic, but it's really nice. A lot of people didn't like that when the model came out. They said it looked silly, but I personally like it. I like it. He's supposed to look silly. Like, in universe, they don't think this guy is silly, but we live in reality, and his name is Lord Solar Leontis. Supreme Commander of the Imperial Guard. Like, he's not a serious... The idea of him is not serious. He's on a mechanical horse. And I think also he's supposed to be kind of like classical military, you know, like Napoleon, like I said earlier. And they also wore a lot of colors like this, you know, reds and light blues and navies. So he's supposed to harken back to that kind of stuff. Sorry, I'm trying to get all the nooks and crannies on this pillar, and it is trying to elude me. Leontis is with a U, not an I, but otherwise correct. And again, like I said earlier, his predecessor became like an imperial saint. His predecessor sprouted golden wings and appears on battlefields in times of great need. I don't remember that guy's name, but there was another Lord Solar, you know. I think I'm gonna go ahead and paint like the gravel and stuff underneath the Titan with this color as well, like here down at the bottom, like all this stuff. It's just gravel. It can get this color. I'm also gonna end up covering a lot of it with the I can't remember what it's called. The peanut butter. The peanut butter is gonna end up covering a lot of that anyway. So I'm not too pressed with it. When you have a base like this, it's nice to go up and over the edge with the peanut butter so that it, what's the word I'm looking for? Smooths the transition between plastic base and terrain. Okay, and now there's that, the kind of support beams on the pillar. I'm not really sure what color to make those. Can we get a size comparison at the end? Sure, he's not that big. They're like a steel color. I can do that. But yeah, he's not that big of a model. Big as our fave, Lil Big Mech. He's definitely taller than Big Mech, but he's not as wide. He's very tall for a single man model that's not a vehicle or a demon. But that's to be expected. He's a faction leader. How are y'all doing tonight? Well, I'm fantastic. Because I had a lot of fun painting this model. There's a lot of like a rebar that I'm trying to pick out here as well. The one thing I've never done is paint Warhammer with somebody else. I wonder if that's fun. It sounds like it would be fun, like to have people like to like all hang out and paint at the same time. That sounds fun on paper. Time to be the next Squidmar. Squidmar is a god tier painter. I'm not sure I can approach him, but it does seem fun. Like he and Lucas seem to have a lot of fun, like hanging out, like painting together. Squidmar is a painting YouTuber who's very talented. He's one of those people who I would describe their style is like beyond like box art quality. Like he's like a golden demon, like entry guy, and like a, you know, some fucking crazy skill painter. Is his name a play on Minnie's like Vashtor? Whose name? Squidmar? Yeah, it's a play with Sigmar, I believe. Age of Sigmar. Because he's a Sigmar guy, an AOS guy over a 40k guy. He doesn't paint many Space Marines. He's a fantasy guy. There were a couple skulls on the base. Speaking of fantasy, drop some stuff on hobbying. Ooh. I'll look when I'm not streaming. Skulls on the base. Tiny skulls. You barely notice them. But I will paint them. There was just like 2. Where was the other one? Oh, it's here and back. I do believe there were some announcements for Age of Sigmar at the Nova Open today. Is that what you're talking about? Did they show a bunch of Stormcast models? Because I do believe that's what they were going to do today. Yup. Dang, I am on it. Just like the other week when they showed all the Skaven models, they went and showed all the others. I'm shading all that steel now. Fresh Krieg boys in 2025? Whoa, holy shit. Do they have horses? There was a Krieg unit that got canned that had horses. There's a spot I missed with the silver. Always a spot that I miss. Always, always, always. No reveal yet. Oh, I see. Wait, no reveal? Then how do you know? Did they talk about it? Just a picture on a roadmap? Ah. I see. Now we're going to shade all the brass trim. I would use Reichland Flesh Shade, but I think that would add too much color. I'm going to use Agrax Earth Shade instead. Flesh Shade is when I want it to look richer. Agrax Earth Shade is for when I just want the brown or brass to be darker. But we don't want this to be rich. It's a destroyed Chaos Titan. It'll pick out all the little pits and stuff and the rivets. Popping in real quick to say it's looking mighty fine. Thank you. It is. It turned out really good. I was hesitant about it, if you guys remember when I pulled it out of the closet, or the cabinet. But I took it out of the closet and put it in the cabinet specifically because I knew it was one that I wanted to paint at some point. And now we're here, and he's just about done. And he turned out epic. Shoring up some of the concrete that dried a little too light. Nomi, what's up? How we doing? Okay, well, it's peanut butter time. The usual peanut butter money shot. There he is. Yummy! Where's our peanut butter brush? We'll use the big one. He's a big bitch. He deserves the big brush. The little peanut butter brush is for, like, Space Marines. And he's nice and dry, so we can hold him up like this. And just dab on our peanut butter. It's okay if we get on the basing elements. Totally fine. That actually helps. The camera really likes my fingers when we do this. It always does. The more important part, avoiding the basing elements, because I don't care about that, is to make sure that you get it through all the edges, all the nooks and crannies. So we have it all up in there, we have it in there. You want to make sure you don't leave any area undone when you do it. But again, this isn't a rocket science, this is applying texture putty. And if you want extra texture anywhere, you just add more, always. It always shrinks when it dries. So if you want more texture somewhere, add more. You can never really have too much. I think even if you have like a giant glob of it, it will eventually dry. sure to get under here. And like I said earlier, you can see that the base, the plastic base, you could tell where the border is. I try to add extra there along the border to like smooth out the transition. You see how like that looks better now than like here? You kind of want to add a bit of a mound. And again, a jar of this peanut butter is really cheap. It's like $15 and it'll last you a year and a half. Like you don't have to be sparing with this stuff at all. I'm just giving it a good once over every angle, making sure there wasn't any like awkward spot that I missed, or any like basing element that I want to smooth in more, fill the gap up exactly. But it's looking pretty good. Okay. Give our brush a good wash. Dry it off. And while the base and peanut butter is still wet, I'll take my slightly damp paper towel that's damp because I've been using it to dry off my brushes, and I'll run it along the base rim to take a lot of the peanut butter that I got on there off. Just so the base rim is a bit smoother. I'm not that much of a perfectionist about my base rim, but I do tend to take what I can off. Look, I'm okay with this. As long as it's not like a big mound, it's okay. In my book. But a lot of people will sand their base rims afterwards because they got too much peanut butter on it, and it's like, bro, I can't be asked. I can't be asked about that. Now let's see some tufts. There's a little area I missed some paint on that I'm getting real quick. And let's do some tufts. We got our nice fresh tufts. Got all kinds of them now. Shit. It's a nice variety. And again, I don't plan where my tufts go. You kind of feel it in your heart. And they look the most authentic that way. You want to be random. You want to... Because the way that things work is the randomness makes it feel real. Not that any kind of Badlands with randomly sprinkled bushes is very real, but the more random you are, the less people question. Make sure to pick a good difference in like shapes. There are long ones, there are small ones. Some of them are like kind of curved, like they have like kind of a U shape. Those are always fun. But you don't want like a rainbow either. I tend to only have like kind of 3 colors. I'll pick like a light green, a dark green, and like a burnt color, like a dead bush. You don't wanna overdo it. I tend to have 3 different colors, and that's plenty. Some of these really aren't wanting to stick. Go on, little bitch. I'll press you with my finger. Sometimes pressing them with your finger helps. You can put way more force through that than you can through the tongs. Maybe one more. But But you want to be careful about flattening them too. Did I say one more? I meant two. Need one right here. It's kind of a dead spot. Okay. Let's black out that base rim. And he's all done. I'm kind of lying when I say all done. I need white paint. This side of the horse, you guys have probably noticed, isn't as bright as this side. So the way I primed it, it just didn't get enough white. So I need a white paint to like white in these legs. But other than that, it's done. That's a small bit. Once I get next time at Games Workshop, I'll try to remember to get some White Scar, which is their white paint, I believe. White Scar. I think there's Korax white, but I think White Scar is more white. But also, I think that paint is notoriously doo-doo, so maybe I want to try to find a white somewhere else. I think a White Scar has kind of a reputation. Though I want to say they've reformulated it. Because I want to say I used to hear a lot of bad stuff about it, but I also, something in my memory is telling me that someone had said they got a new pot of White Scar at some point, and it was way better coverage and consistency than it used to be. So maybe it'll be alright. And again, when doing base rims, just go right out of the pot like God intended. Lay it on real thick, it doesn't matter, it's the base rim. Especially because you're spreading it out over such a long area, like, it's not gonna stay thick. Alrighty. Well. That was a pretty... not really that long, honestly, all things considered. He looks really good. I'm trying to be careful which fingers I choose to touch him with. Yeah, look at him. Again, I think that blue is right. When you see from this far away, like, I think that blue is right. Again, it's all the little details. Like this here, on the horse neck, that takes 1 second to do, and it looks like it would be so hard. It looks like I worked really hard on that tiny, like, color gradient. I just put a shade on there, a little dab of shade, and that's it. Same with, like, the cape, like here. That was just shade paint, 1 coat of shade paint. Same with the folds. But those are the things that, like, from this distance, look really good. He looks awesome. I'm really happy with that. He looks really good. I think the base also turned out super good. It's still really muted, but isn't, like, all one color. Yeah, he looks really awesome. I'm really happy with that. That looks so good. Yeah. So, he can hang out right here. And I guess I'll see if we're raiding anybody. I guess we'll see. Ow, my back popped really bad. Ow. Ugh, ugh. Oh, I know who will raid. Shrimp posture. Shrimp posture is necessary for painting. You have to keep your muscles and arms tensed up so that you don't shake. You get used to it, but it really hurts when you stand up. Okay, go see Ashton. I think she's on the GTA VTuber RP server. I don't know what she's up to, but go say hello. Go say hi to Ashton. I'm going to this screen now. Bye, everybody. Thanks for coming. That was a really fun one. I like that one. Bye, everybody. Bye.